And welcome back to Rise Fantasia,
In the
part
middle
60.
of the fight with Allul.
Yes, we are in the, well, not the middle. Almost. Pretty much. We're about halfway through her health bar.
See, it might as well be.
Which unfortunately does not translate to... Oh no, yeah, we are, I guess, halfway through.
Oh.
Without actually doing the math, because we're busy doing this. Oh yeah, when she's about halfway, she'll start using that, which puts on no physical. Which is a fun. Especially when you throw out some physical attacks on her.
Oh, baby.
Unlike her stop all, that will last for like, I think, 2 turns after she's put it on herself. So, resort to magic. Or not attacking.
So she's kind of like the opposite of Kudo and who has the no magical.
Yeah.
Baby.
She loves her no physical.
You can look, but you can't touch.
But what if I want to touch?
That's some sharp ice.
Oh, I wasn't gonna touch that.
What if her entire body is frozen like that?
Even her boobs.
Jack remembers touch.
Well, at least in Japanese mythology, there are women that are just like ice spirits, so I'd assume so.
You would think she would be weak to fire, you know, considering she's ice.
Nope.
Is it because you're not using Sunny Day yet?
Yeah, I'll need to use Sunny Day first.
Oh.
Jack, no one's paying attention to you.
No one can hear you either. No one
I
can
feel
hear you
like I know that the reference.
What?
I remember touch.
Oh.
Of course no one got that.
I'm looking at some
Oh,
items.
yeah, of course. It's from
What?
Daft Punk's new album. It's a line from the song.
I'll be using later.
That makes a lot more sense.
Stay on guard.
Rastin, you're not even facing the enemy.
That's a running theme though.
Yeah, it is.
Justin, at least Allul isn't Ray Wrights.
Oh, with her fucking... Hey, you're level 99? Instant death.
I don't know what you're talking
That's
about.
going
I
to
beat her in the early 80s.
That's if she decides to use it. If she decides to use it, you will die.
Oh, this is her other, cell act. It'll throw on Immobilize.
Well, she used an attack that instant kills one character, but she only did it like once.
I don't know if that was it, though. I'm not sure. I have to actually look up what the actual name of the attack is.
Do or die.
I just know that I actually have all the trophies for all the endings now, so huzzah. One of them I got by accident.
Stay on guard.
Good job.
You kind of got both of them by accident.
Both of them.
Because you were trying to go for the true ending the first time. You ended up getting the good ending. And then when you tried to get the true ending, somehow you managed to get the normal ending. Or the okay ending.
At least there's no bad ending this time.
Face me
You
now.
could consider that a bad ending because nothing really gets resolved. At least with the, what is it, the good ending, at least they can kind of actually get to the hyper dimension again.
Block defense doesn't do too much damage.
Gotta look sharp here.
Block defense just makes her do normal damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, her
Even
normal damage is in fact high then.
That's because she hasn't that's just a normal attack, and because doesn't have defense down at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Ugh. She's not. Basically, they're not like debuff. Oh, well, they are kind of debuff, but you know.
Yeah.
Up night. To no avail.
She's not doing her extra stuff.
You okay?
She also doesn't have her attack buff, so
Let's watch each other's backs.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true.
She's just fighting with raw stats right now.
also if you have water ray stones out or ray crystals, ray stones, whatever they are, that actually increases her overall attack output.
Oh, so that's why you don't want
Yes.
water rake stones,
Yes.
because of the...
Why do I get the feeling you found that out the hard way?
We'll finish them quickly.
Well, instead of the first time I fought her in my original playthrough, I didn't know that, and I tried it. She killed me, and then I looked it up, and I was like, oh, she does less damage. Okay.
It's like, hey,
Then I killed her after that.
yeah, it's like, hey, no water crystals.
You okay?
Why were there 2 water ray stones?
There's probably just one.
Oh,
I forget. It's been like years.
well, just one is enough though.
Yeah.
How about this?
For some reason,
Silence.
Cecile doesn't seem to be doing as much damage as everybody else.
I don't think her attack power is as high as the others.
Her attack power isn't as high as Rastin's, but
Don't even try.
I tend to use her more in this situation because Rastin's Excel
We'll
Axe
finish them quickly.
are typed, and they evolve elements that she resists.
Yeah.
And most of Cecile's are non-elemental.
Well,
The
considering
2 lower ones.
considering the one primary one you keep using for Rastin is like an ice one.
Dark.
Lead on.
No, I'm talking about for like when they're all doing like a Trinity art or something.
Oh yeah, you mean Frostine.
Yeah.
Which is... That's a no-no in this fight.
Yeah.
What was the name of that
That's
attack?
like the biggest one. What?
What's the name of that attack?
Either it's Trini or Trinity.
No, I'm talking about what she just did. It said ice
Oh.
something.
Frost, Iceland or something.
Got a bad
Yeah.
feeling about this.
Huh.
I noticed in boss fights like this, you haven't really had a chance to do Trinity Axe a lot.
That's because I have to demote someone to just healing the entire time.
And in order to do a Trinity Act, you obviously need all 3 people.
Yes.
It's
so
kind of a
if
shame.
someone's
Something's amiss.
always healing, if I know like my party can't like withstand a turn without healing,
It's like the tech system from Chrono Trigger, but it's a lot more restrictive because you can't just have 2 people do a tech together and have something coming out of it. You have to literally have all 3 people doing it.
yeah, if there was like a dual act or something, that'd be cool.
Well, you
Not
just-
quite as powerful as a Trinity, but I use an item here that throws on no physical, but it was her magic move, so that was stupid of me.
Well, I just know if I ever decide to get Arcries, at least the try stuff will be at least like I'll go into it a little bit easier because 1, I've pretty much just been watching you do it the whole LP, and 2, I've been playing another game that revolves around 3 people working in conjunction. So yeah,
It's not looking good.
Yeah.
so the whole Trinity stuff should be a little bit easier on me, even though they're 2 completely different games.
Nah.
I mean, the system is similar in the terms of how many people you need. It's just done
Stay
differently.
on guard.
Lark, later in life, you're going to have some very severe back problems.
Is lumping with his sword.
Yes.
Trinity Arts take is it SP or Magic or both?
That's pretty...
SP.
Oh, okay.
Magic is the only thing that takes up your MP.
Oh, okay.
And it's level specific.
Yeah.
So using a level 1 doesn't take up stuff that you can use for
How about this?
higher magic powers.
So that's interesting. It kind of mixes a the MP system of like the older Final Fantasy games with an SP system, like
Yeah.
that kind of reminds me of Grandia 2.
How about this?
It is different, and I enjoy the fact that they separate. Like, it's not just a magical
Oh no,
bar.
I do like the idea of leveled magic pools because there's a little bit more strategy to it.
Yeah.
I'm actually curious, what kind of RPGs do you guys play the most? Like, do you play lots of RPGs where you could be like level 10, you're already doing like, I don't know, like 1,000 damage? Or do you play those kind of RPGs where you could be level 10, you're only doing like what, like 100 or so?
Are you just talking specifically about like damage scaling?
Yeah.
I like the most standard formula where it starts off low and then it reaches like 4 digits by the end.
Wash away those that defy me.
I don't really like RPGs at all that particularly have like really low amounts. Like Chrono Trigger I still liked because by the end you broke into the 4-digit range, but like games like I think actually Fantasy Star games do that whole thing where like it's a really low amount. I know Shining Force does that. Like
Shining Force, though, is turn-based.
yeah.
And so it's more like Fire Emblem
Well, yeah.
style.
Finally, you always have a maximum of 80 health.
We'll finish
Yeah, so...
I don't remember how it works in the Breath of Fire games. I believe Earthbound has a low curve.
Actually, I think the health and MP only go up to 999. So, yeah, possibly. Actually, strangely enough, even though it's Square Enix, and Square Enix is usually known for like the 4 digits, Blue Dragon only goes up to 999.
I won't need magic to too much.
Well, I don't care about the HP range. Like, it can be 3 or 4 digits. I don't care about that. But like when it comes to like actually doing damage output, I kind of get bored of seeing like of it capping off before 1,000 because then it's just like I don't feel like I'm really getting stronger as the game goes on like I do in other games.
I think it balances out mainly because compared to other games, that's technically considered strong.
Yeah, like I know in the Legend of Dragoon, you start the game doing single digits of damage, and then by the end of the game, some of your additions are pushing over 1,500. So
all I know is right now the most damage I can do is somewhere in the 30s.
yeah, it curves off pretty high, like later on, like it starts really slow, and then when you enter Disc 2, the curve starts to go up faster.
Exponential.
The curve is real.
It's an exponential curve almost.
So it doesn't like Steam's Quest where it starts off kind of easy and then it's like, oh boy.
Oh, there. There's a jump here.
Like what? How much health did that last boss have? Let's triple that.
That's like Arcros Fantasia. Remember, I think it was one boss had about was it 50,000, and then Clyde had 80,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, whoa, Clyde, slow down there.
And in the end, Clyde was still stronger than Dinos.
Hear the roar of the earth.
No, I think all of by this point, pretty much all of Alf's little minions were stronger than he was by the time he fought him.
Alf had more HP.
Well, I know that, but he didn't really have anything spectacular.
I was happy.
Cause like,
That's because the
actually-
things that were spectacular about him you took away from him.
she was actually hostile. What exactly was so bad about Leslie?
She was just paired up in one fight.
Oh, is it just
Because
like
she was in a triple battle with Alf and the dead girl.
Oh yeah, no.
And you used bulldoze, and it felt good.
Let's watch one of the maps, yeah?
Well, I think some of those other characters that really aren't that boss-like, I think they're only dangerous when they're actually like all paired up together.
Yeah.
Because Dinos and Clyde, I have to say, is more dangerous than all of them. And they were just by themselves.
Gotta look sharp here.
I will admit though, like, when it comes to the damage system, like going back to that whole thing, I'm not really keen on ones where there's like a cap that ends up getting met by physical attacks late in the game to the point where like anything that has a faster animation is just better to use because the longer animations don't do any more damage.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because then it just
Luckily,
is
there
obsolete
isn't
those.
there isn't that cap in this game.
Yeah, that's true.
Like that's one of the things I don't like about some Final Fantasy games, especially like even my favorite game was Series 7, because by the end of the game you can hit that 9999 cap really easily, but your summons also cap at that, so there's no point in using any summon except for Knights of the Round or something
It's-
paired with Quadra Magic.
This is just the ridiculous amount of Knights of the Round actually hits for.
Good to know.
It's only because of the amount of hits though. You still have to wait through the whole animation.
Oh, the joys of the feature that Neptunia has. The skip feature.
Do or
Oh
die.
god, if there was a skip feature in Final Fantasy 7, you know, Knights of the Round would be a little bit more bearable. I mean,
That's
you-
also
you
another
kinda-
thing. Hyperdimension Neptunia is also guilty of that, where unless you have something to break the damage limit gets met pretty soon, which causes any characters who don't have higher amounts of hits for their combo attacks, they're just bad.
Well, Neptunia.
And that's why Uni is shit tier.
Well, Neptunia also, I think. Well, it's the only RPG I know. Neptunia is the only RPG I know that has their damage breaker in the form of a girl. Even though it wasn't introduced until Victory.
Looky here.
No,
Here comes
Nepgear breaks the damage limit when she's paired with somebody in the
I
second
thought
game
she
also.
said that wasn't something she had in Mark II.
Not on her own, but when you pair her with someone, they get the damage break.
millions of frost.
Ow.
Ice Lance is line damage.
Oh, yeah, I imagine.
That's a fact.
That makes
Yeah.
sense. And you're right, though. We are seeing a lot of those spinny ice
Gotta
things.
look sharp here.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
The true boss!
The true boss is just the spinning ice things. The person with the,
person
swords
is
really
just being
isn't.
the person with the sword is just being controlled by the ice things.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The only thing I can think of from Neptunia that used a lot of ice was Ram and Long. Maybe it's those two.
Actually, now that I think about it, Pokemon's probably one of the only RPGs where there's like a low, where it's like incremental, and it's like there's a low, like max stats and everything, but I still enjoy it anyway.
You okay?
It's because with the right typing they can hit like a truck.
Yeah, because it's kind of easy to one-hit KO other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if you got stabbed, the right typing, and just the right stuff overall, you could just like flatten people.
Gotta look sharp here.
And then I have a question.
Hmm.
HP cap in this game, does it cap at 4 nines, or is it possible to go over that?
I think it's 4 nines, but I don't.
Because I
I
mean,
don't think I've ever reached that. So
yeah, I was asking because like you're level 60-ish almost,
yeah, I'm level 60.
and you're already hitting like really high numbers. So I
A lot of that is because I throw on, especially right now, Lark has a bonus 1,000 straight from an item.
oh wow.
Plus, I have like the weapons they have some kind of
Let's go.
arm force that increases their HP as well.
Oh yeah, he's got like a shit ton of arm force points.
Yeah, well, not points, just I put in arm forces in their block space.
Yeah. He played a lot of
Yeah.
Tetris.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure, I think it caps at 9,999, but it doesn't really matter. You can make it through the game with about around 5,000 health for each character.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything higher is just extra security.
That reminds me, as much as I enjoy Final Fantasy III, like, on the DS remake anyway, the final boss, like, you can take them on in the mid-50s, almost, like, 60, which is what I did, and the HP amount at that point is only, like, 4,000-ish?
Yeah.
Oh.
Come forth.
Yeah.
Healing rain.
Oh.
This is the way it curves.
Look, water magic.
Oh, man.
For thanks.
We'll never see that again.
Thundering waves. Drown them all.
Unless she's using it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's her strength.
Gotta look sharp here.
Lark, turn around.
No, he's busy healing. Be teamatic.
Stay on guard.
Watch him die.
Yeah, he's kind of,
Oh, is this where it might come?
Pretty sure it starts right around here.
Oh. Well, because you were saying you weren't sure if it actually happened here.
Surprise me. Awaken earthly minions
And
Uh-oh.
dead.
of you've given
Yep,
up.
okay, here we go.
This is where the shitstorm starts.
Saddest of days.
I needed that healing.
You know, because
Oh.
of the... Oh, God. Because of the way the background is,
Last long.
Mark's sword is still visible, even though it's technically stuck in the ground. Which is weird.
There is no ground.
What if he's actually just piercing another dimension?
Probably.
He's piercing it in the vaginal hole.
They use Sonic the Hedgehog logic where they could be in space and for some reason don't need oxygen.
Because it's a special interdimensional realm for Rogress battles only.
This is the special stage.
Yeah,
Make sure to get
exactly.
Make sure to get the Chaos Emerald. Alright, now it's the 7th Chaos Emerald.
Back up, Lark. We need you.
Thundering waves.
It would explain how difficult.
Don't die, Cecile.
Oh my god.
Oh God. Jesus. To think how strong it would have been if she actually had any water ray stones.
That would have been a one-hit kill.
Wash away those that harm me.
Don't die, Cecile.
Oh my god.
Dead.
Gotta look sharp here. Stay on guard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
when
right.
she gets down to her last about 60,000, 50,000 HP, that's just when
She just goes apeshit.
yeah, she's just like, oh, did you want to win? I don't think so.
That's when it clicks in her mind. And she's like,
The time
oh,
is right.
actually, she should probably use my stronger attacks.
Arise.
I should probably kill him.
Is yet to end.
You know, I'm glad this isn't like I forget what it was, but there was another RPG where if your attack was like it had like a really long wind up to it, the enemy could hit you while you were trying to do it and knock you out of it.
Grandia did that.
Ugh, that was annoying.
I liked it because you could do it to your
By Lark.
opponents and you could just stun lock them.
We'll finish them.
And I used to take advantage of that all the time.
Yeah, but when tables get turned, you're crying.
I don't like that.
There's not
in,
there wasn't a whole lot of moves though that your party had that required such a long wind up that your opponent would take advantage of it though.
All okay?
I don't like that with Ni no Kuni when you're trying to use items
Played safe. Ain't over
Yeah.
because you get stuck.
Is it like I'm trying to think? Like the only thing I can think of that I've played that is still real time is Exilia, where you can still get hit while you're using items.
I think there's kind of something like that in Rogue Galaxy. I don't remember. I haven't played Rogue Galaxy in a long time, but I know it's all action oriented. And while you can go into a menu and it'll pause while you're selecting stuff to do a command, like everything else is in real time. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Look heroically into the distance, Reston.
with a weird
Okay.
bubble.
And silent.
In silence.
He silently looked into the distance.
I have no mouth and I must scream.
You lie. I can clearly see
Screams
your mouth.
internally.
Screaming intensified.
Surprise me.
Internal scream.
No, no,
Not again. Oh my
no,
God.
not again.
I get stabbed.
You'll never survive.
Please. Oh, okay. Whew.
The butt hurt is real.
Yeah, Jack. Bad things. Bad things.
You know, I thought she was gonna spam Iceland again.
Yeah.
Twice is what? Once is not good enough?
I hate
You
that
want
when
two
the
people
boss
dead?
when the boss decides to use their one of their strongest attacks twice in a row, just to make sure you're crippled enough.
And before she does Iceland 3 times.
Like,
Most of the time, when you have when you only have one person on the field, you might as well just give up.
the final boss fight in Final Fantasy III, the final boss has a move called Particle Beam, and if she decides to do it twice in a row, you might as well just reset because you're pretty much fucked at that point.
That's because
One Particle Beam does almost half to more than half your HP.
Wash away those that
That's
defy
because if
me.
you got one guy left, you end up spending most of the time trying to revive one of the other two, only for them to get killed again, and then eventually you're just gonna die.
Oh yeah, one thing I didn't mention while during the boss fight videos is don't use Regress during this boss fight. She will use Great Blue, which fully heals herself at the end of the turn.
Oh
So
god.
unless you can kill her that turn, don't do it.
Fully heals.
So basically,
Full
more
heal.
tears.
Yeah. And as we know, she has hashtag way too much HP.
And that goes all the way back up to the top.
Yeah.
Awaken earthly
Jesus
minions
Christ.
of frost.
Oh,
Someone's gonna die.
okay.
Oh, that was cool.
Good job, Rastin.
Even with a critical hit.
Yeah.
Even with a level down.
Damn, Rastin's
Bye,
badass.
Oh, no. Rastin, you lived.
Rastin's badass.
Gotta look sharp here.
Alright,
We'll
we're gonna
find
see
out what happens after I take a poop.
the exciting finale.